This is ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to English News Broadcast with me, Bersa Betakhle. These are the major headlines for today. Resolve to strengthen organizational capacity by nationals in Libya. Meeting conducted on role of youth in development programs. Lula da Silva narrowly defeats Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil's presidential election. And death toll from bridge collapse in India's Gujarat rises to 132. On your local news, Eritrean national in Libya expressed resolve to strengthen organizational capacity and play due part in the national development programs. The nationals made the comment at the meeting with Mr. Isa Ahmed Isa, Eritrea's non-resident ambassador to Libya, on 30 October, indicating that they fully understand that Eritrea, owing to its consistent people and leadership, is transforming to a bright future. The nationals expressed conviction to contribute their part in foiling the external conspiracies aimed at derailing the socio-economic progress of Eritrea. Ambassador Isa, on his part, gave extensive briefing on the active diplomatic engagement of Eritrea to ensure economic partnership and sustainable social justice in the region, as well as the substantial investment being made in development programs in general and that of human resources development in particular. Calling on the nationals to take advantage of the educational and employment opportunities they're getting, Ambassador Isa expressed readiness to stand alongside their community activities. The nationals also congratulated Mr. Isa for his appointment as non-resident ambassador to Libya, called for the sustainability of the meetings. Proceeding with your news, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region organized seminar on 27 October to youth in the Warwa subzone, focusing on the role of youth in the national development programs. Speaking at the event, Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the union branch in the region, called on the youth to take advantage of the educational opportunities being provided with a view to ensure their future and play leading role in the national socio-economic development. Mr. Frewengel Taklahaimanot, administrator of the subzone, on his part, called on the youth to concentrate on their education and strengthen participation in the national development programs and in the effort to support families of Madis. On your last local report, we have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. One patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test is carried out today at testing station in the central region. On the other hand, 3 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in a hospital in the central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 10,085, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 10,189. Ministry of Health, Asmara, October 31st, 2022. Do stay with us for the international news, dear viewers, after the short break. Welcome back. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has won Brazil's presidential election by a whisker, but with incumbent Jair Bolsonaro still not conceding defeat, there were concerns that the far-right contender might challenge the result. According to the country's election authority, Lula secured 50.8% of the vote compared to 49.2% for Bolsonaro yesterday. Bolsonaro had been leading throughout the first half of the vote count, but as soon as Lula took the lead, the streets of Sao Paulo city center filled with the sounds of cars honking their horns. The election was Brazil's most polarizing poll since its return to democracy in 1985, after a military dictatorship that Lula, a former union leader, has rallied against, and Bolsonaro, a former army captain, invokes with nostalgia. The vote also marked the first time that the sitting president failed to win re-election. On today's last report, the death toll from the collapse of a colonial era suspension bridge in India's western Gujarat state has risen to 132, according to officials, as rescue workers worked through the night, combing the Machu River for survivors. Gujarat's Home Minister told reporters that the death toll rose from 68 yesterday to 132 early today as such search operations continued. Gujarat's Information Department said about 177 people had now been rescued, while 19 were receiving medical treatment. The bridge in Morbi, a town some 200 kilometers west of Gujarat's main city, Ahmedabad, was built during British colonial rule in the 19th century and had been closed for renovations for the nearly 6 months before it was reopened to the public last week. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now recap of today's major headlines. Resolve to strengthen organizational capacity by nationals in Libya. Meeting conducted on role of youth in development programs. Lula da Silva narrowly defeats Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil's presidential election. And the death toll from bridge collapse in India's Gujarat rises to 132. Dear viewers, that was it for today. Thanks for watching.